Hi there, welcome to Number One Geek. It is I, Saz. I think. Just want to check that I'm live. I can never seem to get myself going, do I? My channel. There we go. Right. Looks like I am live. Good stuff. Right, let's pop that there. Right. First things first, let me just remove my admin stuff. Now, I can't 100% remember why I'm here. It has been a week, I must admit. And, oh crap. Oh, what's going on here? Still getting that, is it my mouse? That's the question. Do I need to give this mouse a clean out? Seems like a Nintendo blow seems to have sorted things out. Now, what was I think, was I just carpentry? Just trying to think. Very confused. Oh yeah, the power's been off on that one. I'm thinking of a different game that I'm playing. That's right, this is the one that has that. Come on. Is it me? Is it the mouse? I've been in this room. Okay. Hold on, let me just have a quick look at their options here. Controller. Multiplayer. Accessibility. It's weird how that's happening. Let's get rid of that first, shall we? Have I done up here then? Because it looks like... Looks like we have a group over there who may have spotted me, maybe. paid a lot of money for this mouse, so if it's the mouse, oh, that's the other thing. I'm definitely getting myself confused. Hello, I just saw Chris just log on there. Is he off? Currently muted, am I? I can sort that out, hopefully. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah, that's in. Discord unmute. There we go. Whew. Have I? Oh, I'm not going to say no to a house key, am I? Ah, there you go. Hello, buddy. I have absolutely zero recollection of what I was doing and what I was up to and what I have done, and I think I'm going a bit cray-cray, to be honest. It has been a week, to be fair.
So same as normal then?
Yeah, yeah.
No, not that one. No, that one.
So, you're either on holiday or you've been fired.
Holiday.
Ah, good stuff, good stuff.
I've got 2 of them this month.
2 whole holidays.
2 whole weeks of them.
Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. So, we're out for some, innit?
Yeah.
Apart from us who live in perpetual holiday.
Oh.
Oh. Do. Ah, there it goes. My metal pipe is broken. I feel robbed.
So you get for keeping your metal pipe somewhere where it can get broken?
What, you mean in a zombie's face?
Yeah.
Oh, fair play. It's alright, I've got another pipe, you know. I treat my pipes like my women.
Not bury them in other people's faces. Until they break.
Yeah, I suppose. Doesn't paint me in the best light, I must admit.
That's the only way you can get a 3-way, I suppose.
I'd be lucky if I get a 2 for. Especially the state my wife's in at the moment.
Oh dear. Let's see how much of my computer I can crash now.
I reckon that you might be able to crash all of it.
Well, I managed a pretty decent job of it, I think, there with the loading of the new mod.
You know, I'd like to keep you on your toes. I can actually hear a zombie, and I'm dealing a bed. Surprised they haven't come flying through. Really, I was a bit silly me making sure that the house wasn't clear before I. I can hear you. I can hear you gurgling. That bit of my blinking mouse isn't working again as well. It just keeps clicking once. I don't know if it's a mouse. Oh, there we go. Here they are.
Got new informational screens.
Come on, stop doing that, please. New informational screen. You mean as in the F1? The help screen.
I had a full tutorial come up on my screen when I loaded in.
All right.
Like how QWERTY keys work.
All right. Right. Close that door. Tell you the one thing I must admit, it's been a hell of a lot quieter, drama-wise, on YouTube than it has been on Twitch. I don't know why that is, but there's a white somewhere. Hungry as well. So it looks like there was only one house that I hadn't looked at in this row of houses.
Kind of not surprised.
I suspect there may be someone in here. Or at least to the side of the house. Whoa! Okay. Can I still hear people squirreling? Ah, but there's a gated community here. Or is that the park? I think that's a park, isn't it? Yeah. This house is gated off. So let's have a look down here, shall we? Down here in Riverside. Right, so what's 2, 4? So I'm trying to get my carpentry 6 up. Since I died horribly.
Again?
Yeah, when you, yeah, because you weren't very well last week, were you?
No.
Was it the coof, or was it somebody else?
No, it was just It was flu-like symptoms, but it wasn't COVID.
So I ended up trying to kill a. Oh crap! That's a lot of zombies there. I ended up trying to kill a zombie over a fence, and one of them got over and actually tripped me over fully. As soon as I got up, I got bitten, and effectively I was limping my way around the room, sort of thing. I was bitten anyway, so that was that.
Right.
So it's the second time I died. So I had to start again. And I'm kind of in the gated community part of Riverside, trying to build up my carpentry, which I managed to get up to level 5 in 4 hours. That wasn't too bad.
Yes, I was that unwell. I actually took a day off work last week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Off work sick. Yes, last week's I'm pretty certain was a Sophie-induced illness.
Ah, right, yes. I have those child-induced illnesses quite a few times.
Because unfortunately I didn't know beforehand, but Sophie was extremely ill last weekend.
Right.
And we hadn't been told she'd been extremely ill until they came to pick her up. So they knew she'd been ill.
But they just dropped her off for you anyway, just
Yeah. Well, we're ill, need somebody to look after her while we're ill, so you have her. We're not going to let you know she's probably still infectious.
I mean, yeah. You kind of thought you'd learn from, like, you know, the whole lockdown thing for, 2 years of being stuck in your house due to, passing over of infections and shit. But, whatever. Whatevs, bud. It's been such a long time since I've been talking on air. I think I've lost the gift of the gab, man. I'm also exceptionally tired. I have not slept very well, and that's an Ella issue. There is.
I went to see the new Batman movie yesterday.
Any good?
It was surprisingly good.
Okay.
Certainly far better than the Ben Affleck.
All right.
Travesty. I didn't like the Batman. The person they had playing the Batman.
Yeah.
But that's because, for me, the Batman's always been meant to be this charismatic rich guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was meant to be their version of the Tony Stark.
Right. Yeah.
And in this, he was more like an emo whiny type.
All right.
I lost my parents, man, and everything since then's been a disaster.
Right.
But it's obviously designed to set into the Gotham series.
Right. Yeah.
It's very much in that styled
Okay.
universe. Works really well.
I'm sure it does. I mean, I know apparently they had a lot of problems with the actor who played Batman.
Yeah.
A lot of somebody spotted me.
Like I say, once you got past the point that they'd gone emo Batman, basically, because the whole point is there's meant to be like this almost character change, isn't there, between the Batman, who's this very dour thingy, to Bruce Wayne, who's meant to be just that little bit more charismatic and you know,
a very distinct difference between the personalities is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Where these two characters, like,
the same thing.
They even made a point of it in one of the scenes. They had both Batman and Bruce Wayne enter a building in the same way. They had to both knock on the door, and the bouncers had to let them in. And they like played off, oh look, aren't these two scenes different? And all I could think is these two scenes are basically the same. The only difference is one guy's come to the door with obvious signs of money, the other guy's come to the door planning to do violence.
Well, you know, when the problem is I think that guy played is it Edward Cullen, the vampire from Twilight?
Very possibly.
Is it Edward Cullen, the name of the vampire? That'll be it.
It sounds about right. I have seen the movies, but I'm not exactly a big fan of them.
No.
I am not their target audience.
No. No, you're more 50 Shades of Grey, aren't you?
Yep. Wasn't anywhere near enough bondage masks in that movie for me.
Well, exactly. That's the thing, yeah.
I still think the werewolf should have won.
Really? I kind of disagree based on the fact that the was it, if I remember correctly, wasn't the werewolf kind of like linking himself to a young baby or something like that? So that she's basically going to end up being his puppy maker.
They were both as bad as each other for that, technically, when you think about it.
Whatever.
The vampire was at least hundreds of years old when he was going out with teenagers.
Well, I guess there's that. If you
They even purposefully like re-enroll in colleges every 5 years.
Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah. That is kind of the actions of a predator, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where am I hearing this banging noise?
It's not me.
Oh no, it's not you. You're miles away from me. I think you're probably just sitting there fishing, most likely, like a.
No, I'm going on a wander.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Primarily because I'm bored of fishing.
But don't die. And that's the first rule of Project Zomboid. Don't die.
The second rule of Project Zomboid is you'll probably break the first rule.
Hmm. Well, it's just fucking hard to obey the first rule. Where the hell is that bloody banging coming from? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I think I found it. Ah ha ha ha. Yep, found it.
If only there was somebody buying all this jewellery.
Yeah, I know. I've never... It does seem so odd to me, some of the decisions that they've made for loot tables.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, yeah, they're going to have... they're going to have, like, jewellery on them, but no one carries a chocolate bar with them, just in case. No one fills their pockets full of money. No one, you know...
Yeah.
No one carries a knife with them, just for self-protection.
There's also a lot less lighters and stuff than you'd expect.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially in the 90s. I mean, this game's based in 1993, I think it is. So, smoking was still an okay thing back then.
Seeing that where they're now suggesting they're going to ban smoking for anybody under the age of 25.
Are they?
Yeah. It's like, I loved a lot of the people who were complaining, were like, well, the excuse they're using is basically it's dangerous and it's the biggest cause of loss of life and all the rest of it. And like, all the young people are just like, well, ban it for everybody then. Don't just sit there and go, oh, no. Because the people making these calls are all over that age and are like, well, no, we don't want to restrict us, but we're going to stop any of our children from smoking. It's because, yeah, that's really going to work. You know, like, literally, if you're going to ban it for everybody.
Too much tax.
Yeah.
I'm only banning it for the people who can't afford the tax.
It's not even just that, is it? It's ban it from the people who are likely not to vote against the party that introduces it. You know, if we only ban it for the under 25s, how many under 25 votes has that just lost the party? If we ban it for the under 40s, how many does that lose us for?
Well, ban it for everybody, then that's the whole fucking country against you, isn't it? Well, at least a good portion of it. But
yeah, because even those that don't smoke themselves are going to be like, taking away my rights? If I want to have a cigar when my first child is born or whatever, I should be allowed to do so.
Yeah, well, that's all. You know, how many libertarians are? I mean, Boris Johnson's supposed to be libertarian. That's why he was very insistent on getting us back to back out of lockdown as quickly as possible. Unlike my good old friend Justin Trudeau. I mean, I'm always very much of the point of, yeah, just because you know, politically I may not match gains and decisions, you know, you've got to be fair-minded in all of this, you know. and somebody does something good, you can't just basically just ignore that and just focus on the bad stuff.
Yeah. You see, apparently the Scottish have said they're going to basically keep the restrictions where they are.
Yep. Yep. That's because she likes the power.
Yeah, I was stating that myself, actually. That half the issue we're having now with a lot of places is there's a lot of people now not wanting to lose the powers and the extra controls they've been given.
Yeah. That's exactly where Justin Trudeau's come in. And it always seems to be the left-leaning people as well, I've noticed. It's really weird. You kind of think it would be the other way around. And that is the real shame about the whole thing. It's that, you know, these people are supposed to be looking out for people's civil liberties, but generally, you know, we'll look after people's civil liberties, but woe betide anybody who dares to question those civil liberties. And how dare you even think that a complete and utter ban on anybody having a job unless they comply to our rules and restrictions. It's like, yeah, that's getting very dangerously close to fascism now, isn't it, mate? Dictatorship.
One of those things, you can have so many, like, little quirks as a government, but there's a point where eventually people will start rebelling.
I suppose. I mean, to be fair, Russia's got a worse problem, haven't they? So,
yeah. Unfortunately for them, bless them, the biggest issue is them actually realising they've got the issue.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a few people. I mean, yeah, state TV and all that stuff. You hear about that woman who protested on state TV?
Yeah. Bless her. Poor cold corpse, as it soon will be.
Oh no! They've got her. They just put her in. They've just sentenced her or fined her. I think they did. They fined her.
Yes, but apparently they've said that it's not over because there could still be criminal charges. But they're saying that she's got protections because she's a mother. I think what they mean there is because she's pregnant. Or maybe it's a child under a certain age, I don't know. But there's apparently reasons why they couldn't do more to her at this time. But apparently they've not finished with her.
Oh, I'm sure they haven't. But at the end of the day, it's it is a bloody nose for old Putin, though, isn't it? Really?
Oh, yes.
Because the amount of people who would have watched that and gone, well, what's been going on? I mean, it's easy to deny that, you know, a lot of parents have been getting messages from the soldiers that have been captured, because apparently they all have their mobile phones, and I've been sending messages telling them, like, oh, it's not the same as it is over there, and so forth. The only thing I get a little bit worried about is every time we have, I see on YouTube, there's like another Russian soldier who looks like he's had his face beaten in, going, yeah, we're the bad guys, we've done everything wrong. It's like that.
Yeah.
That kind of smacks a little bit of Iraq back in the 90s when they captured the airmen. And they were sitting there going, yeah, we're evil, it's all our fault, we're the aggressors, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I think the first thing that you do in the military is, or learning that sort of thing when you get captured, is you just do what you're told. Make sure you stay alive. If it means you know, telling people that you hate your country and so forth, just fucking say it, man. Just say what they want you to say. Because there's no point, you know. Because if I remember correctly, from what I was told from a couple of people I know from who have done military service, is that the general term is you just try to stay as quiet as you can for 2 days, I think it is, because usually by 2 days orders have changed and stuff, and so everything you know about what's going on, as you know, is out of date, so to speak. So
they basically know you're missing, so anything that you were critical to is no longer a active thing.
Yeah, but also things change as well. Yeah, so and that's usually why, you know, most soldiers only want to know what's in front of them, so to speak, rather than what the whole thing that's going on. Now, if you captured a general, that would be a completely different story, because I think they'd know they'd probably have an idea of what the goals are, the overall goals. But at the end of the day, a general's not going to get themselves in a position where they can get caught by Iraqis, are they?
Well, that's the thing, but apparently there's quite a few generals being caught by the thingies. Or killed by the Ukrainians, which baffles me.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's another thing is that, as I say, Ukrainian propaganda, how much of that do we believe as well? Because they're going to be playing their own games, which is fair enough. You know, that's what they want to do. They're trying to demoralize the Russian army. So the stuff that they're doing is just trying to demoralize the will of the Russian army to continue attacking them, basically. But that obviously comes at a cost, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah. I also love how many of our soldiers went AWOL.
Well, I don't know if it's a cough AWOL, but yeah, they could find themselves in some serious shit there.
Oh yeah.
Because if they've got an AWOL, I mean, if it's cough AWOL, then
it'll all get cleaned up afterwards.
Yeah. But the problem is that I think the major concern is if a British troop ends up getting found, or a current British troop, and you know, Russia could use that as an excuse to target the UK, which is what the last thing they want.
I know for a fact there's a load of ex-army gone over there.
Oh yes, ex-army's fine though. That's not an issue. It's and of course they will. They'll do their bit. Right.
Ooh.
Ooh.
There's a set of keys by this car.
Ooh. You're supposed to say that's what I said.
What's interesting is there's a set of keys, but neither of the cars show up as cars.
Okay.
Oh no, I can get it. It's just okay. There's the key. The key is outside the car, but the lock is broken.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, the other side's open.
Mm-hmm.
Or openable.
I'm not sure if you can actually fix a broken lock.
Is there a button to change seats in the car?
Yes, Z.
Z.
Let's see where I am. Hi, Dietrich. How you doing, buddy? Everything's going okay, I think. I've just managed to get myself up to... Is that where I went? That way? I think that's probably what happened. So... Sorry, everything's going okay, mate. I don't know if you were there last time, but I died horribly. So, we're now getting ourselves to the point where I need to get home, because I've just... Just managed to get my carpentry up to a decent level. I've also managed to find this 4x4 as well, which can actually pull vans. Who's with us today? Well, Chris is with us today. He's got his holidays. He's on his holidays. He's on his jollies. So he's actually going to spend the whole stream with me.
And I may have already stolen the vehicle.
You tea leaf.
Yeah, it's the northerner kid me coming out.
Well, yeah. I was watching a YouTube video of a guy in Liverpool, just opposite the Mersey from Liverpool city centre, and he bought a old shop for £25,000 on auction, and he was saying that effectively it was a wreck, an absolute wreck of a place, and he'd done it up to be his house and like a shop front sort of thing for his new business venture. Very good to watch. It was interesting, and just all the different bits and pieces there. But the one comment he said was, "I had to board up the windows because there were people trying to break in." I was like, "You're in Liverpool, mate. Of course they fucking would." It's like that's like the biggest statement ever.
The more worrying statement would have been, I had to board up the windows because there's people trying to break out.
Well, yeah, are we going back to 50 Shades of Grey again?
Maybe.
Yeah, it made me chuckle. But I didn't want to put that down in the thing, because you always know that how tetchy the Scousers are. And you start talking smack about how Liverpool's full of degenerates. Unlike you northern types or northeast types, who seem to be quite proud of the fact. Yep, we're tykes. Yeah, that's fine. Glad you noticed.
Did you see the state of complaints about the football match at the weekend?
What, Newcastle?
No, Chelsea versus Middlesbrough.
Oh, no. I know that they've got a few problems. Didn't they try to do it behind closed doors or something?
Yeah. And the people in Middlesbrough were a little bit unhappy.
All right.
You know, given the fact that there's no reason why that they should be like in a worse state of affairs because the other team can't sell tickets.
Mm.
So it's not our problem you can't sell tickets. We can sell tickets.
Oh right, so they were basically trying to do it behind closed doors for Middlesbrough, at Middlesbrough. Do I take
At
it?
Middlesbrough, yeah.
All right, fuck off, mate.
Yeah. Middlesbrough were like, no, we can sell tickets. just because you can't sell any tickets.
Mm.
But they're like, but it means we won't have any fans there. Middlesbrough's like, and? To be fair, I think Middlesbrough should have come up with some way of Middlesbrough selling them tickets. But it's probably something that the FA doesn't allow them to do.
No, Middlesbrough will sell them tickets because the simple fact is Middlesbrough gets the money. It's the TV money that's where Chelsea's going to really get kicked in their balls.
Well, no, because that side of stuff still, I don't know what happens, but that's not affected. What they'll want to do is play the match, but without any fans in the stadium.
Mm-hmm. But
because Chelsea, I think, get to sell the away ticket. Like they'll
get an allocation of away tickets to sell. Yeah.
Yeah, they can't sell them.
Right.
But the thing is, I think there should have been some way of them basically, okay, we can't have the tickets. We can't sell the tickets. So keep the tickets and just sell them to away fans.
Yeah.
Should have been the solution rather than, no, if we can't have them, you just can't have any fans there.
Mm. I mean, to be fair, it's not the fans' fault.
No.
It's absolutely not the fans' fault, and they should have every right to watch their team play. Personally. But they should let them in for free. I mean, if they've got a season ticket, they've already paid, haven't they? So they should be able to go in.
Yeah, but I think they can't go in to away grounds because I think they still have to pay a bit for that.
Yeah, they will have to pay for the ticket. Yeah. But obviously, Chelsea can't sell the tickets on behalf of Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
So, as you say, yeah, you know, Middlesbrough would have had to have if they'd wanted the fans to be there. But the truth of the matter is, would you want the fans to be there if you've got a home advantage and their fans can't G up the team? Why would you want to?
Well, but I think it would have been a nice thing for them to have done.
It would have been a nice thing for them to have done, and probably other clubs would have probably done that. But this is Middlesbrough we're talking about here.
But they're certainly not going to do it now, are they?
No.
Given the fact you basically said, "Oh no, we want to stop you from having any fans at the game," and they went, "No." Not to mention what the Middlesbrough fans would have done in Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
If they were told they can't go and watch the match that's happening in their own town, a quarter-final as well.
Yeah.
Because the other team's owned by a Russian guy. That just would not sit well with quite a lot of the.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Chelsea only have it. You know, most of London's had it coming. To be fair.
Yeah.
Oi, come back here, you.
But I don't want to.
Not you. I was talking about the van that's decided to roll itself down the street.
Oh well, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Apparently he's gone to Russia now already as old Abramovich. So fun for him. Probably not.
Have you seen the situation with the super yachts as well?
I know that I know Italy have managed to take a couple, haven't they?
Yeah, but there's a whole load of them have been switching off their ship identification systems.
Yeah.
Which is a breach of maritime law.
Mm.
But strangely, they're doing it because they don't want to get any ports to realise they're coming so they can have a team ready to arrest the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea that they arrest the ship. They don't impound it, they arrest it.
Mm. That's probably maritime talk, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna, call a spade, so to speak, what we're really talking about here is basically what's the word now? Damn, I had the name where it's piracy, but it's legal piracy. What's it called? Privateering. Is it privateering?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I
privateer.
believe a privateer captain is basically a pirate with the letter of marque.
Yeah, I'm allowed. I'm allowed to take your shit. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as the shit I'm taking belongs to a Frenchman, it's fine. Was usually the rules for the British Navy.
Mhm.
Except for those few occasions where we weren't at war with the French, in which case you usually had another letter that said you could go after the Dutch.
Or the Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because we Brits are so fair-minded, aren't we?
To be fair, quite a lot of other navies did the exact same thing.
Well, yeah.
It basically meant you got a navy without having to pay for the navy, so...
Mm. We're going to take your ship. See, the one way that you stop privateering from happening in that sort of aspect is you just have a shit ship that nobody wants. I'm not privateering that thing. It's fucking shit.
I'm not wasting ammo on that. Just run it over.
What was the other thing that I heard about as well that amused me quite greatly? Apart from the fact of those people who broke into Abramovich's house and said that they were liberating his house. So we've not invaded this house. We're liberating this house. I thought it was quite funny. I mean, obviously the police got in and obviously arrested them all, but yeah, I just found it really funny.
I didn't just hit a tree.
Okay, I believe you. Countless many people wouldn't. I think chat would probably be asking questions, if I'm honest.
Nah, I'm good. Nobody saw anything. You're quite some distance away from me.
That's okay. That's fine. I believe you. Countless wouldn't. Anybody in chat believe him?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah. Sounded like you outside. You outside?
I'm in the car park.
Yeah, I think I just heard you open something there.
It may have been slightly crashing into where I'm now parked.
Okay. Don't do that.
It's alright, it was a tree.
That's fine. It's fine, man. So...
It deserved it.
One other piece of Russian news that I was going to talk about as well. So talk about Abramovich. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, the head of Roscosmos has said that because of the sanctions, right? They're now not going to be selling the US any more of their Russian booster rockets, and no one's going to be mending their booster rockets or sending any teams over anymore. They'll go up and take the American that's up in the they've said that they'll take the American who's on the space station down, but that's pretty much, that's it. You don't know that. And apparently Elon Musk kind of went along and said, yeah, those second generation engines that you've stopped us doing, you do realise we're kind of like into like third and fourth generation engines now, don't you? It's like, yeah, the only people that buy your stuff are the people who want to get up to rockets, pay for their rockets fairly cheap, sort of thing.
Yeah.
However, with modern rockets, even though the engines are going to cost a bit more, they're a lot more fuel efficient. They're a lot more, they've got more weight ratio to fuel, sort of thing. So, in the long term, you actually save more money because basically the money starts getting spent the moment that you stick it. You turn, you light the ignition, basically. You light the touch paper. Have I been drinking? Oh, yes. He's talking about you. He's talking about you, Chris. Have you been drinking, mate?
Pepsi.
Pepsi and what? And why have you got
Pepsi.
a bandage on your head?
Because I've got an injury to my head.
Did you
My
hurt
character
Did you
has...
hurt yourself when you hit the tree?
No,
Was that
I hurt myself in general.
Was that the scratch that you received that I had to? You were trying to lacerate up with a.
No, that
nail
one
thread?
that was my crotch.
That was your crotch. Okay.
Yeah.
You wanted.
That's why I was worried about it.
All right. Fair play.
Head wounds are nothing, but when it's complaining about my crotch being bad, I start worrying.
Well, exactly. You don't want your genitals to complain, do you? No.
It's never good when your genitals fall off.
Well, I have heard that rumor. I have heard that rumor. Yeah. So the guy from Roscosmos was like saying there's a we're not going to sell you any more rockets because our rockets are brilliant, and it's just like you do realise that your rockets are pretty much. It's almost like basically saying that the Apollo rockets, someone who made the Apollo rockets, we're never going to sell those to you anymore. Okay, that's fine. You don't sell them because we've got past that time like 20 years ago, and you haven't updated it. So
didn't they say that basically all he needs to do is build an adapter that they presently haven't got, and then they can basically go up and do what they need to do without the Russian stuff?
pretty much, yeah. I mean, effectively, is what they've done by this whole thing is that. I mean, they have a certain amount of roles to play, but the general truth of the matter is that I'm pretty sure that someone like Elon Musk would be able to pretty much get a rocket design sorted that would allow them to refuel and refit things, and also probably land the thing back down again as well. So with his reusable rocketry system. I think the most surprising thing about Russia is just how ineffective they seem to be. It's the image that they've portrayed is absolutely nothing to do with the reality that they've got here, and it shocked me. Let's just put it that way. I thought they were going to steamroller them in days, and what day are we on now? 19 or something like that. Nearly 20 days worth of. They still haven't taken the capital yet.
Well, the problem is there's so much spin being put everywhere. You can't tell, because it's like there's a mile-long convoy of armored vehicles, but from what people keep saying, it's not moving.
Yeah, it's because they've run out of fuel.
That's because they're useless. Because even if they haven't run out of fuel, and it's like they don't know where to go because the stuff at the front keeps getting blown up. That's still, you're now an ineffectual convoy of metal that's just blocked a road.
And the other thing is, I mean, a lot of people have been questioning the tactics as well. It's like, the one thing you want to do if you want to convoy stuff is you don't want a big fucking long road of them. You want to send them out through different routes and different things. So in case one gets ambushed, you at least know that one out of the, a column is going to get through at some point with some sort of result. If they've got the whole lot done, then that's. Did you hear about the what was it now? It was like they destroyed some tanks and stuff like that, and some guy came up onto the thing and he said, and he showed the missile system that he got, or the rocket launcher that he used. And he said, "Yeah, I'd just like to thank Her Majesty the Queen for providing us with this lovely rocket." It was just like, okay. So it came from Britain then, did it? Right, fair enough.
Well, the guy literally is holding the rocket launcher. He's like, "I took that out with this." Yeah. Thank you, Britain.
Pretty much.
British reporters. And you're like, yes, good bloke. Yep. You got the feeling as well that he was the one that did it, and his commander or whatever went, yeah, let him see the press. Let him just go down there and let the press do the chat with him, because he's really pleased as punch because he's hit that with his first shot. Yeah,
it was a good fucking shot as well. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, the other thing is as well is what you're looking at is from if a lot of the propaganda that the Ukrainians have been putting out, and you've always got to take that sort of thing with a pinch of salt, because they've got their goals to try demoralize the Russian army. But the thing is I think they're fucking working. It's working because I mean it's basically like us going over and deciding that Wales is now going to be a part of England. I mean, I got part of my family comes from Wales. I wouldn't be exactly that comfortable going over there and trying to shoot people that also A, speak our language, B, have so much historically in common with us. I mean, they're not the French,
No.
So it's we don't have that historic animosity.
Yeah, it's a really weird. It's really weird that he's going this hard on this type of situation without what looks like a clear plan of how to do it.
Well,
it's almost like he's just trying to score up as much shit as he can right now.
Well, I'm not too sure if he's done. I think he's just miscalculated. He's a 70-year-old man. He's got away with what he's done for so long. I think he's just got that kind of god complex where he thinks everything that he does. The same thing that Hitler had when he was interestingly it was Russia that Hitler decided to invade, which was his biggest mistake. And I suspect that Ukraine, is
will be Putin's.
Will be Putin's thing. And I think the only way that this is all going to stop is effectively if Ukraine submit, which they're not going to do, and or someone basically finds a way of putting a bullet through Putin's head. Really, it's the only way it's going to stop.
Yes, unfortunately.
And that's not the way you want it to be, But I mean, Russia's
it's
basically
never the way you want politics ending, is with, like, can somebody not just go shoot the bastard?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's effectively Russia's become like a respected superpower, respected, feared, one of those two. A little from column A, a little from column B superpower, to basically a larger North Korea.
Yeah. But probably less liked than North Korea.
Well, North Korea is just laughable, really, isn't it? It's like that 6-year-old kid that says he's going to take out a UFC fighter in one punch, sort of thing. America will kick the shit out of you, mate. So there's actually a set of YouTube videos, really, where they had a lot of ex-North Korea soldiers who obviously somehow managed to get out of the system and are there. They're having this thing where they're actually seeing what the Americans can do and stuff like that, and they're just like, holy shit. We would have been wiped out had we gone to war with America. It's like, oh, yeah.
Just looking at it going, so this was acting then? I'm like, no, that's training. Those are real bullets.
Yeah. Have you met the A-10? Possibly the greatest aeroplane that America has ever built. Even probably better than, well, let's say the F-22 is going to be the pinnacle of everything they do, because that thing apparently is absolutely lethal as a fighter. But the A-10, that. I mean, they've been trying to get rid of it for ages, and they still haven't managed to managed to stop using it. Because
every time they make an upgrade, a replacement, it's useless comparatively.
Yeah. It's a flying tank. The A-10 is.
It's the Y-wing of the real world.
Well, yeah. I mean, that thing's come home with wings missing, and it's still flying.
Yeah. I watched a brilliant video I just happened to be flicking through YouTube, and there was this bloke doing battle reenactments, and he was doing one of basically the Battle of Britain,
right?
You know, the one where we basically almost lost.
Yeah.
And it was 1,000 bomber raid or whatever, and it was like, instead of Spitfires, I'm going to use A10s.
Are you probably looking at the Grim Reapers? Is it Grim Reapers?
Something like that.
Yeah, so I watch them quite a bit as well, and there's another one called Howling Sidewinder who does more one-on-one battles. But the Grim Reapers is quite fun because they do a lot of tactical things.
And it was like, I don't think this is going to work at all because these planes are they're too slow as a jet plane to get there quick enough. And he'd already apparently tried it with a Eurofighter.
Yeah.
And the Eurofighters couldn't do it. A single squadron of Eurofighters could not have saved us during that battle.
Yeah.
The A10s can. Yeah, they're slow, and they took a while to get there, but when they got there, they didn't have to dodge. They just drove through the fleets. Just mopped them up like they weren't even there. Because they could fire everything they had at them, and it just bounced off. It's like
that DCS, isn't it? It's DCS. It's called Digital Combat Simulator, which is free. But the problem is the thing about it being free, and you know, I've got no problem with it all being free and all that, but it's all the extra shit that's the problem. It's like if you want to, I can't remember, one of the planes costs $50, so it's a big, or you know, and the maps are $80 and stuff like that. And then there's also all the you basically have to get yourself like a flight kit. And I was looking through some of those things. The cost of this fucking stuff. It's like, holy shit. How am I supposed to afford that?
Well, I bought myself X3 this week.
All right.
Because it was 90% off.
All right.
So I got X3 Albion Prelude or whatever it is, the full set of them for £3.
Is it still going? Because I might join you on that one.
I don't know. But it was basically their entire franchise was on massive reductions.
Oh.
Yes. 90%. It's like if you want the Terran War pack, that's... I got the gold box.
Right.
Which was £3.21.
Oh, that's
which was...
I can't not pick up a deal that good. Hold on, let's have a look at this. Store. Is it the Capcom Publisher Sale? City of Gangsters. What was it? X something? Was it X?
X3.
X3. So it's X3, not X4, because they put X4 out there. So it's X3. That'd be why.
X4 is cheap as well, but not anywhere near as cheap. So if you buy like the entire X universe, like all of their stuff, it's like 70, 80 quid.
Right.
Where it should be like 260 quid.
Right. So X4 is $15.99 at the moment.
Yeah.
And there's a Foundations Collector's Edition. Now I think X3 will be fine. Just because I haven't really played the.
Well, I've got X3 because I know there's a really good Star Wars mod for it.
All right. Okay.
Because Captain Shack was playing it.
Fair play. Fair play.
And it was like, that's got to be worth looking at that kind of price.
I won't install it just yet, but that's bought. Thanks for that, mate. To be fair, because I haven't been around here for the whole week, I just haven't really thought about what I'm doing. I haven't really looked at Steam at all.
Yeah.
So
it's one of those things, isn't it? When they've got them at 90% discount, if it's a game you're likely to play, that's the time to buy it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do like the idea of this DCS, and I think I could have a lot of fun playing it because I do like the idea of flying a plane properly.
Yes.
And But my only issue being is apparently something called the best ones you can get are Win-Wing, I think they are. That is the systems, and you're going to be dropping at least 500 quid on one of those things, those bad boys. Yeah. And I don't have that money. I don't have that money at all, and it's a shame. I mean, I do have a controller. I suppose I could use a controller if that's the case, but you kind of want to get yourself in with the...
Yeah. You want the proper experience if you're going to do those kind of games. Once you're getting into that kind of game, you need the proper hardware to actually...
Yeah. And, I mean, fair play to the people who make DCS. You know, they offer the initial game free, but you know that's the taster, isn't it? That's like the drug baron taster, you know. I mean, to be fair, I'd be more interested in flying helicopters than I would jet engines, because I've always wanted to be able to learn how to fly to a helicopter, but once again, no money. So,
have you thought about doing one of those gyrocopter days?
Gyrocopter days? Nope.
Yeah, one of the guys I used to work with, his wife got him for his, I think it was the anniversary one year. I think it was the I'm hoping you die present. Basically, day out. Yeah, day out where you go to the lakes and they take you up for half an hour or an hour, whatever it is, in the gyrolite, and you fly it.
Now, is the gyro light the one that doesn't need you to constantly hold down the foot pedal so that you don't end up rotating around all over the place?
The gyrocopter is the one where the only motor that actually... The only blade that is powered during flight is the rear rotor.
Right, okay.
So it's like there's a fan behind where you sit.
Okay.
That does like 90% of the work.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a really big blade, like a helicopter's blade, above your head.
Yes, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
But it's only powered to take off. Because once you're up in the air, it's the actual moving forward that keeps it spinning.
Right.
So in theory, if you ever stop, you fall out the sky.
Okay. I'm sure there's going to be some auto-rotation on it, but...
Yeah, no. I mean, you'd have to like physically fully stop. The vehicle would have to, you know, you'd have to be like tied to a tree or something type stopped. You know, if your engine dies, you've still got forward momentum.
Yeah, all right.
Even if it's not forward, if it's wind generated forward, if you know what I mean, you're still technically going through an airflow. You'd have to physically stop going through air for you to drop out the sky. But in theory.
Okay, cool. I haven't really looked into it, but here's interesting. Let me just turn you on. Let's go to Life and Living TV. Let's put the volume down. I'm going to put a video in. Woodcraft. Let's see how much that'll be able to do me.
Really?
Play, yeah. Now, apparently, there's been a few issues with this sort of thing. Is that I was trying to work out why in multiplayer you could watch as many as you want and kept watching it. Apparently that was a bug, but they fixed that bug. But the only issue with them fixing that bug has meant that you can only watch it once per log on rather than per character. Matthew says helicopters are magic. Hello, Matthew. How are you doing, sir? They are. I do like helicopters, and when you say magic, are you talking about the fact that the magic that they actually get up in the air? I mean, the one thing that I was watching a program where they were talking about all the different things that you see in the movies compared to someone who's actually an expert in that particular field, and they were saying, yeah, helicopters don't work the way they do in the movies. They're a lot slower. It takes a lot of what's the word? Pre-thought about what you're doing. So you can't, just jink past stuff. That's why most helicopters end up having chaff and flare, because they
They're not
can't.
that good at avoiding things.
And you know, when there's a thing on with the Ukrainians shooting down a Russian helicopter because they caught them by surprise. So the missile came, knocked one of them down. The rest of them were firing out their chaff like no one's business. Right, I'll be back in a second, guys. Just hello, Duck Taco. Hello. Thank you very much. We'll see where we go in a bit. But what was I doing? Yes, I'm going to go get myself a drink, and I'll be back. Yes, cats. You know, matey.
Yeah. What I loved about that one that crashed at the field as well, the Russians were like, "It's not one of ours." You can quite clearly see all the Russian markings on the side of it.
The one I saw was a helicopter that was in. There was a fleet of helicopters going over. What's the thing where you hold a load of water?
Reservoir?
Reservoir. That's right. They were going over a reservoir, and they basically had a handheld heat-seeking missile. Effectively, took out one of the helicopters. It was just like amazing to watch, and then just their reaction. They were just all firing out their chaff as quickly as they possibly could to save their lives. Yeah, we were just talking. You know, the one thing I find a little disappointing is he spot the Zs and Vs painted on. Yeah. Well, you know, the only thing I don't, as I said before, that I don't really tend to agree with is the whole putting the. I understand why they're doing it. Don't quite 100% agree with it. Is putting the troops in front of them, saying, "Yeah, we're the arseholes. We've done all this. We're bad guys," and so forth and so forth. It's like it kind of sniffs very much of what happened in Iraq, when people got caught, and then we had the whole discussion about most. You know, they're just saying what they're saying because they can. Right. Smartphones really make this war very visible in real time. Yes, they do. Yeah, as I said, it's been exceptionally surprising just how bad the Russians have been. Dietrich, the base is at the northwest stop in Riverside, which is this bit up here. Riverside is down here. The northwest stop is up here. There's like a load of farmland that goes between the two of them. There's this abandoned kind of like township out there. I think I went round there. There's nothing there. This is where the motorhome is, or the truck. Do you know where I haven't been? I haven't been to the U-Haul. Have you been to the U-Haul in Riverside? In that part outside of Riverside?
I don't think so.
I mean, I know I'm currently working on. I mean, I've got level 6 carpentry, so I'm back up to being able to make stairs again. So I'm not that concerned about level 7. I usually find with carpentry is good enough. So I think it's probably going to have to be like the metalworking, mechanics, and tailoring. Oh God, mechanics is so dull. Yeah, this, believe it or not, was back. I built this one well before we started playing on the server as a YouTube thing, and I completely and utterly forgotten about it. So when we came, I said, "Oh, we went up there because I'd got myself caught in a little bit of a tricky situation, and the easiest place to get to was the Northwest Stop as a place to base up. So I suggested that we went there, and then suddenly realised that I'd already done a lot of work here in a previous character in a previous time when I was dossing around really with the server, trying to get the server to work. So yeah, whilst the work is all mine, it's not all this character's. Well, it's definitely not this character's. It's because this character's like second gen character now. So, right, is there anything else that we need to get out of here? Have I got the gloves on? No, I'm not. So I can wear those. Gas can. Fishing for beginners. Have I got fishing for beginners? Yes, I do. So I don't need that. Carpentry for intermediates. Oh, carpentry for beginners. Advanced carpentry. Yep, all those can go back into the house. I'm just setting up for my next trip, basically.
Pop the tires.
Hey! You bastard. Got a farming book to read at some point. That'll be fun. Right. So, did I actually pick those up? Or did I just... I actually looked at them, didn't pick them up. Oh man, I'm such a dick. I am such a... Oh, honestly. Is that you?
That wasn't me.
So that just must be a... Did you put a tyre in one of their cupboards?
That might be me. That might have been me, yeah.
Any particular reason why?
Because I was getting a bit heavy at the time.
Well, no wonder you were getting a bit heavy. Honestly, sometimes.
I found it when I was securing that free car.
Okay.
That I brought back. Along with the tyre jack and tyre iron.
Okay. I believe you. Count as many original. Right. Why have you left 2 open cans of beans and carrots in a box?
Don't remember doing that. In a box is very unlikely, unless I was literally in the process of dying at the time.
Yeah, it might have been. Keeps the flour fresh. Straight up compound, yep. Right, I'm going to put this broken hand axe down. Here. Make sure thinking about getting some wood glue. Right.
There must be a horse somewhere near here we can use.
Well, yes, I suppose if you know you need horse bones, I suppose zombie bones would be able to make glue as well.
Yeah.
Right, so just want to clean out some of all this. a gun light with me. The jeans, we don't need those. Large backpacks are for picking stuff up. Propane torch just in case. Do I need a sheet? No. Soap, sneakers and socks, and that sports t-shirt. Right, so I need to get my electricity up now, I think, so that we can start putting in washing machines and stuff into the building.
Cool.
So I've got to take TVs and watches, basically. So I need at least electricity 3 to do it as well. Gun light down on the floor here. Screwdriver I don't need. Soap can go in the bathroom. Yeah, it's how do I... We're certainly trying our best to ensure that we've got all the right stuff here. Yeah, electricity is horrible to level, it really is. Drop that on the floor. Pop that in there. Do we need any more gas in the generator, mate?
Don't even know where you've got the generators. It's the out there in it.
Right, so how much space have we got in the back of here? So 44 out of 125, so we've got a lot of stuff here. So large backpack we can do to think frying pan, fishing for beginners. We don't really need that. Empty gas can, duffel bag. Don't suppose we need that belt. Right, I'm going to head up to. I'm going to head down, should I say, to the park just outside Riverside. Do you want to come, or are you okay there?
Yeah, I'm going to come with you. Just give us 2 seconds, because you said about the generator, so I'm trying to put some in it.
Yeah, you have to switch it off first.
Okay. And fuel.
I thought I'd have a wee dram of whiskey tonight, so I'm drinking Jura single malt Scotch whistler. Ah, it's good stuff.
It's now full.
Good stuff. My brother-in-law, who's Scottish, he's pointed me out to some good whiskies here and there. So do like me some Jura, because these are done in bourbon barrels as well. So it's kind of it takes some of the sweetness that you get with bourbons and added into it. So. None of that Irish nonsense.
No, wrong with being Irish.
I didn't say there's anything wrong with being Irish. The other side, mate. We're in America, mate.
Think yourself lucky I'm not just jumping in the back.
Well,
it's where I'm used to being in a van. Generally on top of a wardrobe.
Did I bring that one back from the trip? Actually, I think I might have. Yeah. Because if you're going to buy yourself some whiskey, you might as well do it where it's cheaper. Especially when you're in the mountains where there's a lot of distilleries. So.
Just go into each distillery. I'm thinking about buying some of this. Can I have a taste test?
They did. A lot of the places did do thing, and there was actually a shop there that was an actual full-on whiskey shop, but a lot of theirs was like around the £100 mark for a whiskey, and I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit too rich for me. And to be fair, £40 for a whiskey is a little bit too much for me, so that's why. My brother-in-law basically said, you know, find the ones you like, and they'll go on sale at some point at Tesco. So I only paid 20 quid for the Jura, so I'm nice good whiskey for fairly cheap. To be fair, one of the major reasons was so that I could share it with my brother-in-law, because Christmas time I may have had a little bit too much of his whiskey. So I felt I kind of owed him.
He sat there going, yeah, I get the 40 quid whiskey back, but he drank all the 70 grand one.
Actually, no, I think it was about 30 quid that whiskey that was drunk, because I was there when his mum bought it for him for Christmas, so...
Like some of the people I know, there's the whiskey you give to guests. Then there's the whiskey you give to guests you actually care about. Then there's the stuff that nobody gets but you.
Mm.
And then there's the stuff you give to your neighbour when they come round and you didn't invite them.
Oh, that's the blended stuff. Get the bells out. Or the famous grouse, or the Johnny Walkers. You know.
Well, it's usually in the decanter on the table, so they can't tell what you're giving. Is that the good stuff? Yeah, it's the good stuff. That's why I keep it in the cheap, tatty glass jars on the table.
Yeah. There you go. There's a nice fine single malt Glenfiddich. But Glenfiddich's not single malt. Shush. It is when I say it is. All right.
This is a special one they did just for me. Just drink it.
I mean, I'm sure that mixing two different types of whiskey, shit whiskies together, is supposed to make a good whiskey, but you know, instead of just having one single one that's actually of quality, let's just mix two shit whiskies together to make a different flavour.
It's one of those things, and it might improve some.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the best way to.
Taco says, well, of course, you've got to ration the expensive stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, none for anybody else.
Looks like I may have already been here, even though it hasn't been on my map. So somebody might have been here and just ripped open all the doors. Or there's a lot of zombies inside here that have...
There's definitely at least a zombie inside where I am. Somewhere. Oh! Do you want another generator?
I suppose it's always best to have a spare. Usually you can repair all the generators, and the one on at the gas station. Oh, there's fishing tackle here. Fishing net and line. So they usually tend to be... Oh, I've had a generator here as well. What was I saying? Oh, metal bar. That'll add to my...
Oh!
You right?
Well, we got a zombie out here.
Have we?
Yeah.
I got him.
I'm just trying to figure out where the heck my weapon's gone right now. You know, you're like, I did have a weapon, where's it gone? Just was in different... It had unequipped itself, probably because I'd done things.
Yeah, know what I should have done there? If I'd have been sensible, I should have lured him into the thing, see if I could get a key off him.
An electric guitar useful to you in any way?
Only in real life. Right, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if I can lure some zombies into the thing and try to get the keys off a dead body.
Right. The secure door to the office in the rooms is still secure, and there's a zombie behind it.
Right.
At the minute.
Well, hopefully, once I got the key.
Yeah.
And I want to open this. Oh, hello, you.
How many generators?
God damn this. I don't know if it's my mouse or if it's something's gone loose on it or what. It's just... My right mouse button at the moment is just a nightmare. It just keeps flicking it up as though you click it once. By the way, I've got a friend coming, so...
Yep.
Let's do it again. Don't do it! There we go.
Do you want him killing, or are you...
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to work on a bit of a cheaty thing that if...
Oh, you're hoping because if they're in here, they'll spawn supplies based in here, right?
They'll spawn a key.
Right.
On their bodies.
So you were saying you wanted TVs?
To take apart,
to disassemble, yeah. Just there's a TV in this crate. That's all. I'll throw it in the.
Fortunately, we do actually have a fire axe, so even if we don't have a key, which I've killed 4 of them inside this building, so there's a good chance one of them might have a key. But of course, no.
So I've seen at least 3 generators now. Maybe 4.
That's good stuff. That's what we like. It might be that they've patched it out or got wise to the idea, but it used to work.
Oh, VHS tapes.
You only want the ones that teach you something.
Right, so like home video and stuff we're not interested in.
No.
I'll have the ice hockey stick though.
There you go. That is a two-handed weapon though, so it's going to be slow, but heavy hitting, so to speak.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, if you find a sledgehammer,
Yep.
which is not really that hard, we just got to find the car, the work and crew thingy, which usually you've been spotted.
Oh no. Here, dinner, dinner, dinner. Here, dinner, dinner, dinner. Nothing's gonna happen to you in here, honest.
Coming in, love.
That just felt so wrong.
House key, there you go. There's also a value tech walkie-talkie which I can dismantle as well. Yeah, I've got the key now. So I can start opening some of these gates.
So where are we going first?
What they've actually gone and done is changed each one of these ones to a
Separate lock.
yeah. Keep that there, because we've got this guy here. I'm going to open up, and then we're going to lure him into that one and hope he's got a key. No, but we can lure more, I'm pretty sure. Anything decent in there?
Masterwork carpentry, beginning farming, comic books, an electricals magazine, and a hunting magazine.
Now, have you read them?
No.
Magazines are probably good to read. I'm just gonna lure this leather jacketed hussy over here over.
That is no way to talk about my mother.
Well, you know, that's how she likes it. Looks that way. Never used to be like that. just to warn you, I'm bringing a friend for dinner.
Oh, not again.
Hey. No key. That upsets me greatly. Right, sod this for a game of soldiers. That's what you've been broken into. Well, that changed everything. Come on, there you go. If in doubt and you don't have a sledgehammer, use the fire axe. Anything interesting or decent? Or am I just wasting this axe for no reason?
Some seeds, some fishing line.
Lovely.
No, nothing that's making me go, ooh, amazing. Screwdriver, metal pipe, dust mask.
Jesus Christ, it has been a little bit of a generator palooza here.
Yeah, lots of generators, but so far every generator was already in one you'd already opened up.
Well, I've just opened up another one and found a generator, so...
Wow.
Yeah.
So we have enough generators now to basically start our own version of Vegas.
There's an idea.
With blackjack and hookers.
There's a good idea. Bagsy the pimp, sorry.
You want to have the pimp?
No, Bagsy, be the pimp.
Ah, right, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Oh, I found a saxophone, some drumsticks, a blue electric bass, and a black electric bass. Honestly, the loot tables have just been so nerfed. It's ridiculous, man.
Is there some kind of special set? Because there's a red electric guitar.
No, I don't.
In the main building.
I don't think you can play "Addicted to Love" on.
You imagine that it's a multiplayer feature if you get an entire band together.
But you've got to basically get little black dresses, really heavy lipstick makeup, tight bun back, and then the nights are long, but you're not home. You're mine. So it definitely looks like someone's been here.
Yeah. All of the doors that were unlocked were open. So, yeah. Red electric bass guitar and a violin and some more drumsticks.
Yeah, Apocalypse Band. That sounds actually like a... oh, that's you. That actually sounds like a band name, that does. Hi, we're Apocalypse Band.
We're going to show you how to rock this world.
Bites that neck.
Oh, and the perfect additional item to that, earmuffs.
There you go. Are they Princess Leia type earmuffs? That's the thing. Right, so I'll pop this generator. It's on the floor. Oh, I can take the television apart. Dismantle television. Oh, nice. Have you... No. Right, it's getting a bit dark. We have some more stuff over there, but I just get the horrible feeling that for the amount of work that we're going to put into this, opening up these particular doors down here, the reward doesn't seem to be worth it, if you know what I mean. Worth the effort.
Well, down this side there was one with zombies in.
Yes, at the top there. Yeah, you just got to wait for them to break out themselves. Because the risk is if you've got one who's banging on the door and you're breaking the door, there's a very good risk that they'll jump you. And whilst I don't mind a risk now and again, unless we have some wood glue in the van for repairs. Oh, yes. We do? Okay. Let's have a look at this, because it's... well, its condition's actually quite high on that thing. So, oh, fuck it. Guess what I found?
Wood glue? Another generator plumber now.
I know this place is like lousy for generators, you know what I mean? When I say lousy, I mean as in like a good, you know.
Yeah.
But
there should be a very high chance of getting a generator here. There shouldn't be a high chance of getting lots of generators here.
Yeah. I mean, it's a popular setting, so it's not exactly as though it's set that high. So something a bit strange is going on. I have found 3 wrenches though, which might be good for mechanics when I decide to practice the old mechanics. Yeah, that was about as useful as a chocolate teapot, really, wasn't it? And the only thing we can do now is metal sheets. Oh, metal sheets. Let me disassemble that wooden chair or that table. Large brown table. We can get round. Scrap electronics.
Yeah.
Well, that was worth it, wasn't it?
Yep, definitely.
FML. Yeah, we do have some glue. That's nice. Let's put the axe back. I've got an empty bottle, so I may need to find a water container or something. Let me just have a quick look. I should. Oh, there's a thing here. Maybe I can get that to fill. Yeah, empty bottle. Nice. Lots of bleach.
Yeah. Just in case you like really wanted to do some horrible things with bleach.
Mm. You're like, clean your clothes.
Yeah. Disgraceful, horrible things.
Should be banned. Right, I think we'll go over to the manufacturing warehouses, just a little bit further north from here. Yeah, the loot tables have been absolutely awful. Mind them. Loot tables have been absolutely atrocious. It looks like someone's been in here, so we may not get much luck. That's just the offices up there, mate. You're not really going to get much. I am going to try to take this phone apart because that's electronics. How am I doing on my electrical? Well, that is absolutely pathetic. Holy moly. Just gotta be careful around here because usually there's a zombie or two hanging around. Now this area can give you some good stuff, but it all just depends on luck more than anything. I mean, I mean, some people like to form their groups, don't they, in multiplayer? There's more wood glue there, and I can use that. So it's always good to have a character. If you want your character to be kind of like an explorer type character, it's usually good to have luck as one of your extra bits and pieces, because it means that you'll get some of the better stuff for your group. But I'm not too sure how many points luck is on the character sheet generator. I'll have to have the look on that one. And there's also probably a question of whether it actually works or not as well, because a lot of the traits don't actually work.
Or certainly not work as well as they should.
Mm-hmm. does seem fairly quiet around here.
Yeah. I've picked up a CD player for you to take apart.
Oh, thanks, bud.
2 of them.
4 or 6, yeah. Yeah, if you can look it up for me, I appreciate that, mate. Yeah, thanks. I mean, potentially it's quite a powerful skill.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know we had that in this game.
What's that, mate?
Fanny packs.
Yeah, I've got a fanny pack on. I just put... My fanny pack's got adhesive bandages, bandage, bottle of disinfectant, my eraser, my pencil in it. Bum bags, as we used to call them.
Yep.
There's an empty bucket there. I suppose that might be quite useful. PZ Wiki says 4. Well, it's certainly a skill worth considering, at least. Now, there's another building further north of here, isn't there? Or is it? No, it's south, isn't it? I always think it's north, but it's actually south of here. Because there's this bit here.
Okay, not happy. There's a zombie somewhere nearby.
Probably outside, mate. More than likely outside, to be fair. Yeah, there's a load outside. Okay, come on, you. Now, for anybody who's watching and haven't seen any of the previous live streams, this is a server, my own private server that I use for testing stuff on, helping mod makers test stuff, and for people who like to privately stream in a safe environment that doesn't have people that can log on just to stream snipe sort of thing. But yeah, it's but we're set to apocalypse settings with no respawn, so at some point the server's going to need resetting. Balls. Put that metal barrel in my backpack. change that metal pipe. Alright, let's get the metal pipe back. Come on, stop doing that. Next.
The next zombie was Troy Alacran.
And the good news is, I'm now at short blunt too, so I should start hitting these guys a lot faster now. I also need to start looking at the watches on these guys, because that's pretty much the only real way that I'm going to get any of the materials that I need to carry on electronicling. Is electronicling a word? No, of course it's not, but hey. Some of the bodies here have started to decompose, though. Oh, there's a key there. What's the key doing there? What's that key for? Is it a key or is it... Oh, that's the hunting knife. Oh. Interesting. Did you drop a hunting knife?
Nope. Well, not this character this time.
Not this time, no.
I couldn't guarantee that I haven't been near this location before and died.
I'm pretty sure I've probably killed... If it was there, I've killed them. Before, most likely. Oh, hello. No, this place. Ooh. Right. Well, I've just hit the jackpot for useful stuff, I think. Another empty bucket. Let's start emptying stuff out of my backpack into the van. I suppose I could really just move everything, but where's the fun in that? Hey, where's the fun? Okay, so empty bucket. All that duct tape. Because I haven't found a machete yet. Okay, let's put those 2 metal bars back there. Wood glue. Scrap electronics. I hope that's you coming.
Yeah, it is.
Alright. I'm just going to put that box of nails in there. Right, fill your boots, man. More wood glue. Okay, well initially it was good, but we may end up being stuck in serious disappointment land here. Metal pipe. Metal sheets would probably be good if I wanted to do as an antique oven there. However, I have tried to get that antique oven to work, and it didn't seem to want to work in the other room. So, I suppose I could give that a propane torch is probably good as well. Where's that gone? Yep, there you go. Propane torch. I mean, there's a lot of good unconventional weapons here.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's just not what a man wants. Someone dropped some fireman pants down here. It's probably me. So there's definitely been activity. Take this radio apart.
Supplies everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Now, you're probably going to hate me, but I went into Boots the other day.
Right.
Just asking, I went up to the counter and asked the lady behind there, said, what can you do to kill COVID-19? And she said, ammonia cleaner. I said, I'm sorry, I thought you worked here.
You
Now,
deserve to be ammonia'd for that.
I did apologise beforehand. There's another welder master. I might take that. I haven't bombed Ukraine. Leave me alone. Just told a silly little joke on my silly little live stream channel. Okay. Oh, there's another 2 shovels there. Jesus Christ. We've got shovels left, right and centre, man.
Yeah, and club hammers and hand scythes and fertilizer.
Fertilizer might be good, but I haven't actually read the the primers for it, so that's kind of screwed me over, hasn't it, really? Light bulbs. Now, the one thing I have learnt and discovered is if you grab a shed load of light bulbs and you just constantly keep changing them out on a car, you actually still get the XP each time you change a different light bulb. So, it's an interesting discovery, I thought.
Yeah.
So, collect light bulbs, as many as you can, and then just sit them in your inventory. In fact, what I'll do is I'm going to... Can I remove the light bulbs out of these? There you go, I'll take the light bulbs out of these. It's not like they're going to be used ever again. What's that that's on the floor? Sesame bagel, rotten. Jesus.
Are you trying to attract pigeons?
I'm not trying to attract pigeons. It's just, you know, the birds all like me.
Yeah, when you've got rotten bagels down your pants.
Well. Or do birds like the rotten bagels, or is it just a fact of, you know, let's get down to brass tacks here. You know, just because it's a bird doesn't mean that it doesn't have, like, you know, standards or anything.
Well, I've seen at least 3 of those ancient oven things, antique oven things.
Mm-hmm.
Pickaxe.
Mm-hmm.
First one of them I've seen.
Yep. I mean, there's no mining anything to do, so. Right, let's get onto this electronics done. The paper towel dispensers. Ooh. 33.
Crowbar.
Crowbar, yep. Wonder how much. So I'm at 33.38. I bet this is going to be horribly disappointing. I do hate bumping up electrical. All I need is just the 3 to get to, so that I can start moving electronics around, like washers and dryers and all that shit.
Yeah.
39. So what's that? 6 point something. Pick counts as an axe for killing stuff. Fair play.
I've been mining through the zombies.
Hi ho, killing zombies as I go. With a bucket and spade and a hand grenade. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. That's just a book, I think. Probably is, isn't it? I need to go there. Yeah, it's just a book. Just a book. Right. This looks like a lot of stuff that's just been put on the floor. Oh, it's electric wire. That's right. Another welder mask. There's an uncooked copper. I wonder if you can open a door with a pick as well. What you doing?
Just picking up my stuff that I stored in this chest.
Okay.
I basically filled it with stuff so I could use my backpack to search for other stuff.
You know there's a van back here, don't you?
Yes, but I was therefore hoping to be more selective with what went in the van rather than my hope was to move pretty much everything to there.
No worries.
So like I picked up welding rods and stuff like that quite a lot.
Awesome stuff. Are you in the van, by the way, or have I just started this for no reason?
I was beside the van. Well, I was looking in the boot of the van.
Right, I've got a lot of tennis to dismember, so heading into town. Actually, I haven't checked up here, have I? Even though perhaps maybe this could be a bit of a mistake. Yeah, let's... I think I found out where all the riverside zombies have gone.
Yeah, there seems to be a fair few of them in that farm.
There must have been a hoedown or something.
When somebody says "ho down" and your girlfriend hits the floor, you might be a redneck.
All from Newcastle.
Yeah. To be fair, in Newcastle, you said "hold down." She'd probably just come and start hitting you.
Yeah, if I remember, the mating rituals of Newcastle are basically the blokes go on one side of the street, the women go on the other side of the street, and then you just run at each other and see who lands on top of the other one. And that's your date for the night.
There's usually a bit of "oh you type stuff first.
Yeah, there's got to be a bit of drunken mouthing beforehand,
Yeah.
and the talk of tiny cocks and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
The good old "you couldn't handle a woman like me" yada yada yada.
No, because you're too fucking fat, bitch. That's... What am I doing? I'm having a moment, guys. Don't worry. There we go. Now I'm okay, I think. I'm just grabbing light bulbs. For when I do the... Right, how much do you reckon a TV does? We're at 39, which makes it quite easy to work out. Really? Have a guess.
3.
Not even that, no. 2.25 for each
Wow.
telly. Yeah. Let's disassemble this red lamp and see what that does. So we're 41.25. Yeah, we were at 39 and went to 41.25.
Wow, I think I picked the right house.
Did you? Has it got all the zombies in it?
No, it's a house where people are moving in.
Okay.
So there's literally like no furniture, no items in the furniture.
41.25, and it's now 46. 40. Really? The lamps are actually get more XP for taking a lamp apart than you do for a TV.
Wow.
Electronics is the goddamn worst, mate, yeah. Oh, there's a light bulb there. I'll take that light bulb.
I said no. I don't want any of your cookies.
Okay. Is there a zombie trying to get you in the back of his van or something?
Basically, I was looking in the back of somebody's van, and a zombie was like, "Hello."
Fair play.
I was having a look at that trailer.
Oh, the trailer, right, okay. Can't believe that you actually get more electronics experience from taking apart a lamp than a TV. I really want to try and get like Snake's mod to work with multiplayer, because I am really enjoying doing that during my series. I think it'd be a good addition, but of course, because it's a set of mods rather than an actual mod that has all the bits and pieces together. It's very hard to refer to with the in the game, so to speak. So. There's more lamps than TVs in the world, so you got that going. You say that, but I seem to have managed to find like 4 TVs so far and only 1 lamp. So
Can you take those outside lights out?
yes, you right click on them.
It's just you walked straight past 2. That's all.
Oh, you can't dismantle them, but you can remove the light bulbs from them.
All right.
You actually wait a second. You can pick them up. So I'm wondering. Let's have a look. Pick up. Skills electrical. You've got to have electrical 1 to be able to do it. That's probably why it's not allowing me to do it. But you might be able to pick them up and when they're in your possession, take them apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that's half in span. Yes, that's correct. Yes. It's being translated. I think I've had someone on there who actually mentioned that who was watching the live stream, said that they're one of the people who are helping with the translations, and I think they're aware that everybody wants Snake's mod to be multiplayer worthy, but they're also aware of the limitations. Right, let's see how much a radio takes. Just simple value tech radio. So we're at 57, which is good, which means we've got a whole number. So we'll find out just. Yeah, that's 1.25. 2.25 as well. So the same with the TV and the radios. But you do find quite a few radios around, I have to admit. I think if I get myself to Electronics 1 here, I'll A, consider that a fair victory for today. You know, that we've actually got something going on. And I didn't know. I haven't found it so far. Looks like we've got a friend in here. We've got a friend in here. Oh, party house. Oh my god, I'm being attacked by... What's his name? Who's that porn star with the moustache? Ron something.
Weasley?
Shit! I think I've been bitten. Please don't say I've been bitten. I'm scratched. Okay, that's fine. Shouldn't have closed that door, should I really? Ron Jeremy, that's the guy. Yeah. If it's only a scratch, there's only like a 7% chance of me catching the coof. So there's that. And tell me that moustache and those pants, that is not Ron Jeremy, man. Chris, I've killed Ron Jeremy.
No, how could you?
Quite easily.
Well, not that easily by the sounds of it, since he managed to get you.
No, he didn't get me. He got done. It was the other lot. It was his hose that got me.
You get electrical skills from like the deep fryers and stuff as well.
Yeah, I haven't found a deep fryer.
Well, I'm at the high school.
Okay.
There's entire rooms of electricals.
Okay, I might pop up there.
Obviously, some of them you won't be able to take apart because you need welding gear for, but like the deep fat fryer...
if you need welding gear, that's going to be metal. That's going to be metal work rather than electronics.
Yeah, deep fat fryer, the extractor hoods, pizza ovens.
And pizza ovens? I thought that would be metal work.
Can't know this. It's electrical skills, the modern ovens. I think the cabinets, yeah, the cabinets are metalwork,
Right.
but the actual devices, if you like, the chillers are metalwork, but the actual dishwashery type stuff.
Right. As there's beds here, I got a funny suspicion that I haven't actually raided these houses up here. Never got this far.
Yeah.
I also need to check my clothing as well, because if I've got damage in those areas, then there's a good chance my clothing has been compromised. Oh god, yes. Yeah, I need to change my denim shirt, at least. There's a gun case here.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of electronics in the big blue building.
Okay, I'll have a look. I'm just going to bring this gun case. I can tell you path of travel based on how much stuff is dismantled. Yeah, probably, yeah. Right, put the gun case in the back there. Oh, Christ, we're full.
Yep.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me dismantle that radio. Dismantle those CD players. Now, can I put the gun case in? No. Alright, I think what I'm going to have to do is let's go back to this one of these houses. Let's try this one here, and I'm just going to have to drop the gun case off.
It's a shame we can't just fit that trailer to the truck.
You can. What we have to do is change the wheel, maybe, if there's a wheel missing, but we can take the trailer. Yeah, let's put the stuff in the back of the trailer. That might be able to lighten myself up a bit. There's a rubber band in the trailer, yeah. No, thank you. Right, gun case, scrap electronics. What have we got in here? 16 light bulbs, green light bulbs, red light bulbs, more scrap electronics. Right, I'm going to have to do some towing. Probably. But it's worth the risk. Only other problem is this van's not very good at towing shit, so that could end up being a problem. Right. To be fair, that kind of gets these two cars out the road anyway. So if we need to run like big girls, and they might have fixed it. We have had an update actually thinking about it, so they may have fixed the problem. To be honest, I won't be 100% sure until we find the problem, or if the problem becomes a problem, if you see what I mean.
We won't know they fixed the problem unless we don't die from the problem.
Mm-hmm. Right, so you're saying that the kitchen...
Just, yeah, there. was the next door over, basically, because I'd left it open for you.
Okay, that's cool. Well, let's see how much that does. So it's 70.5. I don't remember there actually being a deep fat fryer before, so they may have added these up as part of the new models.
Yep.
Okay, well that did quite a bit, to be fair, because I've just hit my electrical one.
Well, hey.
Okay, so what we are with the extractor hood? 6.75 so far. What's 18? So what's that? 12. So 12 XP.
Just from an extractor hood, that's not bad.
Yeah. Find me more kitchens, man. Get me to a... Get me to a restaurant.
Or a kitchen supply warehouse.
I don't think there's one in one of those in Riverside, but there's quite a few... There's quite a few restaurants and stuff, so...
Yeah.
You never knew. Does look like it's handling the trailer fine, yeah, so yeah, that's not a problem. Industrial sink, okay. Oh, looks like I've got some friends over here. Where have you disappeared to?
I'm in the Gigamart at the minute.
Oh, the one up there.
Just the green building up slightly north of you.
Yeah, I'm back to talking about X3. By the way, oh yeah, if anybody noticed, there's apparently a 90% sale on X3. It sounds quite cool. Now is X3 one of those? Is it an actual flight sim game or is it a real time strategy?
It's a mixture of the two.
Right. Okay. Because I mean, I played Elite Dangerous, but I just didn't have. It never seemed to work properly for me, to be honest. Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
I couldn't actually get past the tutorial because the button that they were telling me to press didn't work.
Oh.
You right?
Yeah, I'm just display count carpentry. Oh, loads of rotten meat.
That seemed like a bit of rotten meat, is there?
Oh, they've got two ovens though.
Have they?
Yeah.
Do they have the hoods and shit in there though?
I haven't seen any hoods yet, but they've got two of the modern ovens.
Why do I have the key for this? Ooh, maybe I've picked up a key from one of your dead bodies or somebody's dead body that found the key to this station wagon here.
Yeah.
But effectively, if we can find ourselves some fuel, that's 2 cars.
Boot of the taxi.
Sorry?
Boot of the taxi.
That's an empty gas can.
It's...
But I suppose I could probably siphon. Oh no, I've got a gas can in the. Ah, yes, I've got one in the back of the van. Right, I've got a car for you to drive, mate. You okay with that?
Uh-huh.
You don't sound confident there.
I'm killing a zombie right now.
Okay.
And now I'm eating a fresh bagel. The silver car, isn't it?
Yeah, the silver station wagon. I'm just dealing with a few friends here, and then I'll just go get the fuel canister.
I'm just filling it to boot.
I'll just pop the key in, and then you can take the key from there. A gas can, yes, good stuff. Grab.
I'm just unloading some very nice confectionaries. Things like red velvet cake and slices of pie.
Oh, how come they've managed to stay fresh?
I have no idea.
Unless it's been a respawn. Maybe
I think there's been a respawn of supplies, to be honest with you. Because I think half of the issue might be the fact that we've been leaving stuff in these things that are rotten. And I think they may only respawn if they're empty.
Well, no, I think there's a certain percentage that has to be emptied out. So
right.
It's usually good practice to... Right, I've left the key in that station wagon for you, mate.
Excellent.
What I might also do is I might also grab those 2 empty gas cans as well. It's also getting quite dark as well.
Yeah.
Well, one thing you can do is just take stuff off the shelf and pop them on the floor.
Yeah. I have been doing that with anything that I'm particularly interested in restocking. Just to see if it has an effect.
Mm.
But obviously, if I was to empty everything out here, I'd be here a long time because it's a supermarket.
I understand. Totally understand, mate. Empty tin can. Well, let's go see if I can find if there's any hoods or anything on here in the kitchens areas that I might be able to take apart. Right, display counter. That is carpentry, apparently. Okay.
Yep.
Let's have a look at it. Why not? Let's see if I can take this white counter apart and see how much carpentry that gets me. We were at 80. So 1551.88.
Can you dismantle cordless phones?
I might be able to, yeah, because it is electronics.
Yeah. There's cordless phones and toasters and stuff in here.
There's also chocolate. I hear a friend. Oh, there he is.
Teabag and crackers.
No, this is the ovens back there, but I don't think they're going to be any use to us. That's carpentry as well. Only problem is it's all relative. Oh, there is something I can electronically take down though. That's the paper towel dispenser. Not that that's going to give me that much. 40.5 at the moment. And find ourselves a restaurant, and that would be quite cool.
Yeah.
$46. Yeah. So about what, 5, maybe 6 XP for a towel dispenser, but it's better than a TV. But I understand why the TVs are that way. So what's over here then? Is it? I'm gonna have to have a look at this bloody mouse here. I'm pretty sure that the buttons click off. So it might just be that there's, because this changes from left to right, so to speak. But
yeah.
I think somebody's just gone flying past there. Yeah, it's a church, isn't it? Yeah, church buildings. They probably won't have anything. It's a Knox Bank. And we're kind of getting back into the main area up here, aren't we? Past the Geiger Mart.
Yep.
Which means I might be able to find a restaurant.
What is the colour chart?
Sorry?
I'm just trying to think what the colours mean.
Blue is kind of like a residentially type hotel-y sort of building. Green is shops, I believe. Purple are kind of interests like churches and other places you can't really... Oh, there you are. Hello. I think this might be a restaurant, so I'm just going to have a quick look. I thought I'd sorted that problem out, but I obviously haven't, because that's still...
Oh, it's still quite a bit busy around there.
Well, your car's going to draw them, so... Especially if it has a bad muffler or anything. I found the toy shop. I think I might be taking a few more risks in a hotel. Bugger. Oh. Come on. It's actually got worse. I'm wondering if I've accidentally switched on some sort of Hi Damocles, how you doing? Welcome to the madhouse. We're just surviving here in Riverside on in multiplayer. At the moment, I'm just trying to get my electrical up, but it's going as well as could be expected. Slowly. Getting back to the stats, runs around wildly at zombies. He's dramatic for sure. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I had a bit of a grumbly back recently because been picking up the daughter too much, and when she dead weights me, oh man, it hurts so much. Of course, my wife's pregnant with my second, so I have to do all the heavy lifting, and that's kind of taking its toll on my back, man. Taking its toll, man. Okay. Yeah. Life sucks, mate. At least I'm not in the Ukraine right now. Thank you. I only had. Oh, to be fair, guys, you know, it only took me 3 minutes, so you know, that's all my part to play. The baking's got to be done over the next God knows how many months. So But we have done all the necessary things. We know they've done the Down syndrome test, and there's another test as well, which basically means it's better to terminate the baby than to carry it through to term. Sounds a bit heartless, I know, but you know, we're talking about the standard of life of the child, really. Quality of life. I think I'm just going to avoid these zombies for a bit. Yeah, they can test for that sort of stuff. In fact, it's kind of like standard practice over here in the UK. I've forgotten what it is, but there's one thing that they test for, which effectively means that your child will last for about 6 months before he dies. So there's, you know, so it's, I suppose, kind of to terminate it before it, you know, breaks a parent's heart, so to speak. If you don't want your heart broken, never give anything a name. As soon as you give it a name, that's it, you're screwed. Le Puche has been escrudé, so to speak. Apparently it's asking me if I want to claim this safe house, which means that the safe house back at our place is probably... Oh, you claimed it, didn't you?
No.
You not got the safe house back home claimed?
No.
Alright, well, don't die, whatever you do. Or you're going to mean shit. Alright, we've got about an hour left. Not that you have to get up any morning, do you? I do. Unfortunately, we've got another set of doctor's appointments that I have to attend, of course.
Of course you do.
Mm.
And they've got to run through in long, agonising detail what you can expect in the forthcoming procedures.
Oh, well, I already know, because I've already seen... my first daughter into the world, so my second child will probably end up being just as dramatic. My wife will forget it all. I'll remember it all in vivid detail, as usual. That's the thing they don't tell you. You know, it's like women will go, yeah, you don't have to go through the pain of childbirth. Yes, you do. Because you're sitting there, watching it all happen, and knowing there's fuck all you can do about it. And it's fucking scary. And then you see something the size of a melon come out your wife's fudge, and you're never the same again. Yeah, she's like, oh, I'm never having babies again. You give her 6 months, and she has completely forgotten about everything. Completely forgotten about it. I haven't. I remember it all. I remember every single painful moment of it. I want those hormones that make me completely forget how painful childbirth is, so I want another child again. Not fair, I tells you. Not fair. Oh, the Cook Show episode 5. We'll take that. Wild is probably an understatement. Maybe terrifying would probably be a better word for it. More wildly terrifying. I think we might have a zombie outside, and my mouse button's still playing it.
Well, I'm presently dealing with 3, so it was more than 3, but I've
Whittled them down.
whittled them down.
That's good.
And now they're 0.
Good stuff. You're starting to learn how to zomboid, aren't you, sir?
Well, it helps that I've got half-decent equipment now. Where every time I was coming in before, I was kind of dying before I could pick up anything better than a trout to hit them with.
Hmm.
And also having the green outline around them that tells me that I can hit them right now is also extremely useful.
Yes, that does help. Yes, that's one of Drunk on Life's favourite tips. That is, as you can also set your green thing not only for shooting but for. In fact, I'll show you all how to do it if you need to. Display. So the aim outline, you can go range weapons or any weapon. So if you apply that, you'll get a green thing when you pretty much have the hits on a zombie. So I'd like to play DCS. Apparently, because I've got a Threadripper on my computer. Apparently, DCS works really well with Threadrippers, which is great. But at the same point, I still don't have the £5 million that I need to put up a decent flight setup. I mean, Microsoft Flight and all that lot, you know, that's where you have to pay for the software as well as all the equipment. Come on. Yeah, I'm having real major troubles with my right mouse button now. Come on, there we go. You see there? It's gone green now. What is going on with this thing? It's like the micro switch is not connecting properly.
Ugh, I hate those kinds of problems.
Oops, I think I was taking the side switch off here accidentally. Interesting. Oh, it's magnetic, that's why. Thing is, this is an actually quite expensive mouse as well.
Oh. Right.
No, it's not working at all. Jesus, what's going on? Oh. I'm taking that one bit off the side there, see if that sorts out the problem. It will do, because you know who you're targeting.
Whether they're in range to target in the first place, which is super useful.
It seems to have gotten a bit better now. I've taken that side piece off, so because this is like has a there's two buttons on the side of the mouse, and there's like a cover for the other because it's a left and right mouse, so you can use it left or right-handed.
Yeah.
So I've taken the cover that covers where the buttons are if you're left-handed, and that seems to have pretty much solved the problem, which is weird. Well, I'll see if I put that back on again, because it is magnetic, so... Seemed to be alright. I mean, if this is the first mouse that I've actually spent a decent amount of money on. I'm like 15 or 16 quid on a mouse, but this one was like 50 odd quid. Actually, I think it was more than that. I think it was about 100 quid for the mouse, but I got it on a Amazon warehouse deal sort of thing. Yep. So it was 50 quid at the time. So which I thought, okay, yeah, I don't usually spend that much money on that sort of peripheral, but it's like supposed to be like a gaming mouse. And the nice thing is it is totally customizable. So yeah. There's like normally I've got like a clicky bit there where I do that one, but you can press a button where the click stops and you can just basically free scroll. So you've kind of got that for the gaming parts, and obviously it changes from left to right. It also, believe it or not, can be wireless, and it has its own rechargeable battery in it. So you can charge it up and then put it wireless, but you kind of need a dongle for it, and the dongle's in with all the stuff, and I just thought, fuck it, I'll just keep it wired. I've had wireless mouses before, and it gets so annoying once you've running out of batteries in the middle of a game. I can hear someone.
It's probably me as I'm stalking up behind you.
No, because it's a female voice.
All right.
Ah, tongs. They used to be quite good for... There's more chocolate here. And chips. Sounds like they might be in the bathroom because there's a little bit of... Just make sure outside's not the issue. I do suspect it's probably upstairs. Yep, no zombies outside. Unless there's one in the garage. No, I've actually stopped making the noise, so...
I'm in the burnt out house.
Yeah, I'm
and
in
there's a fair few zombies here.
Are there? Okay. I can hear you beating them up. It could very well be them, to be fair.
Well, some of them did come from the hedge from this garden, so...
Right. So that's probably what I was listening to then. That's fine. We've got Taylor, haven't we? Okay. Now, first aid for beginners, I keep saying this all the time, is it's fairly useless in single player. Because if you end up getting more than, you know, 3 or 4 scratches, bites, or, well, not bites, you're automatically dead with a bite, but, or lacerations, the chance of you actually surviving that and using your, and getting, you know, if you've got yourself to first aid level 1, then you're pretty lucky, because effectively the way that it works is that with the percentages, you're probably going to be dead beforehand. I hope I explained that correctly. Or at least in some way that could be understood. Look at that electrical. I can't press the fast forward button as well. That is the major thing, the major blow with multiplayer. Is a lack of ability to I've completely forgot what I was saying then. I just read Takase makes sense, and I've just gone, oop, brain fart.
Fast forward. To read
Yeah.
quickly.
That's the one, yeah. That was my point, yeah. It is an irritation. I think what we've done here, if I remember, is I've changed the XP to 1.5, so you actually do learn quicker. But still, when you're live streaming, multiplayer isn't probably the best thing to do, but you kind of want to have people with you, but you've also got to deal with the problems of multiplayer as well, where you have to sit there and read a book all day, so you end up having to be able to talk your arse off, which fortunately I can do.
And the other person's.
Well, you know, well. I just realised I can probably do these as well, can't I? Dark wall lamps, yes, do the wall lamps as well. Good stuff.
Yay, red wine.
Stay close to me.
Tortilla chips. Yay.
UB40. What a real strange name for a band. Seeing as they're millionaires now. UB40, by the way, for our American viewers, it's a form. It's unemployment benefit 40. It's the one you fill out when you don't have a job and you need the government to help you with payments. I think it's actually UC40 now, because it's universal credit now rather than unemployment benefit.
You've got no chance 40.
Well, and all the drama around my personal independence payment, Jesus Christ! Because by the way, just in case people don't know, I suffer from depression, anxiety, and agoraphobia, which basically I've now been legally declared disabled. So due to it. So, and it was a bit of a fight. Let's just put it that way, because they don't want to pay out, and they've employed people whose job it is just to lie about you. So the PIPS is what's called a personal independence payment that they do, and that allows people with disabilities to be able to supplement any income that they have. Because they have limited capability. But getting it, you have to fight all the way, and for someone with depression, anxiety, it's not the best experience in the world. Naught out of 10 would not recommend.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, Tammy's had the same issues, hasn't she?
Yep.
And she's more blatantly obvious than me. So
any system that basically relies on the appeals process to actually make the right decisions, because it's not a matter of we're spotting the one case in a million that's wrong. It's the 80% overturn rates at appeal is just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I think if I remember with mine, I think they properly punished the DDP for what they did, because mine was protected for 4 years. They can't, because usually is it every year that you have to sign a form to say that everything's okay?
I think it's can be as low as 6 months and up to never needs to be renewed. But I think the standard is about a year.
Yeah, well,
but it depends how quickly they think you can heal from being missing a leg.
Oh God, yes. Well, funny enough, the person who dealt with my claim was the person who was the case manager on that particular thing, was defending the person that was that happened to. So yeah, the issue is that there's people who are hired to assess people, but their culture is of one of, you need to stop this amount of people from getting the benefits, and because of that, basically people lie left, right, and centre. Just as an example, when I first went through this process, my wife and I decided that we'd probably just go for the lowest form of this independent payment, and I literally missed getting the lower end of the personal independence payment by 1 point. And so we just said, fair enough, that's fine. We're not going to really. Oh, hello. Have you just lost connection to the server?
No, but you did go robotic for a second.
Right,
so,
yeah.
So I may be going to lose connection to the server, but so far it's fine.
Well, no, the server should be fine. It's probably just me. My sometimes wavery internet. But no, yeah, so I missed it by 1 point. Then I was encouraged by someone to apply again because there was obviously a problem with me and I needed the help. And they said that they'd help me through the process. I did the thing, but this was during lockdown, so the person did it by phone call. Kept telling my wife to shut up because she was trying to answer for me because I was so nervous about the whole thing, and gave me 0 points, which was interesting.
Because they basically go, I think this person's a faker, therefore I'm going to not even look at the evidence. Or in Tammy's case, I'm going to take their eye doctor's advice over their neurosurgeon's.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently the optician knows better whether she's going to recover from a neurological condition than the neurosurgeon.
Well, I think with me, I think it was the fact of that because my depression kind of gets my my brain gets very confused every now and again. That's why I think if anybody watches me, sometimes I end up having really long pauses whilst I talk, and sometimes I'll just end up having a conversation or start something and just never finish whilst I'm reading or whilst I'm talking about it, and so it makes it very difficult for me to keep a firm amount of concentration. And they argued that I didn't have any like learning difficulties and so forth because I'd been to university. It's just like, okay, and
because of course nobody can finish university without a learning problem. Not to mention you could have a late onset type learning problem that would not have even affected you at the time.
Or even the more damning thing of is, why are you talking about the fact when we know that my depression and anxiety really kicked in, you know, like 8 years ago. I went to university 20 years ago. So yeah, so apparently because I was fine in the past before the problems happened, it meant that I was ineligible. So yeah, but no, that once it went to tribunal, they ripped him a new one basically.
Well, with Tammy, they told her you can't have any like medical issues of the mental kind if you drive, which I thought was impressive because it's like no.
Well, as I said, the person who looked after our case, he's basically professionally deals with this sort of thing, especially for people who are vulnerable and can't basically act for themselves. So he acted for me, and oh god, did he rip them a new one? It was so funny. It was just generally along the lines of, he was basically suggesting that the person kind of like needs to be retrained because it's quite obvious that they don't know what they're talking about. And he said to me that there was one time where he had a case where someone was basically paraplegic, which meant basically they couldn't move at all. They're in a wheelchair. They had to be fed. Had to have a carer permanently. And They said that she was perfectly fine to walk and do by herself, sort of thing. And apparently went to tribunal. They had their case manager, or the DDP had their case manager there, and she went through the door in the wheelchair, absolutely, you know, trying to get through with an electronic wheelchair sort of thing. And the case manager kind of said, "Yeah, I think we've made a mistake here." It's like blatantly fucking obvious that, you know, you just looked at it. The case manager had to look at her at the tribunal and say, "Yeah, okay, we've made a mistake." It's like, how has it got that far when it's quite obvious that this young girl really needs the help that they're asking for? You know, but disappoints me, doesn't surprise me, I think is the best way of saying it.
I think the one that most baffled me was the what was it? He was a lorry driver that lost a leg.
Yeah.
and they were complaining because he couldn't go back to being a lorry driver.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't let you drive lorries without both legs.
Being a lorry driver is the most hardest job to get into. That's why we've had a shortage of lorry drivers, is because you have to be qualified and you're tested constantly to make sure that you're safe.
Yeah, if you literally cannot get around because you're missing a leg, there is no way on earth they're going to take you on as a lorry driver.
I mean, as I said before, there was that one person who had their review, and they said that we reviewed him, and his legs grown back. It's like, what? Do you even think about what you're saying? You're saying it's perfectly fine. He's got 2 legs. It's like, oh, he's grown back, has it? Oh, fine, fair enough. But
well, like I say, I think the guy with 1 leg, they basically made him review every 6 months because he might recover. And it's like, how do you recover from missing a limb? Like, I can understand recovering from certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, well, maybe this particular level of mental health will be recovered from and they'll be able to return to the workforce. But that's not the case with somebody who's missing a limb or, has lost their sight due to damage to the optical nerves.
Yeah, it's a strange thing, isn't it? I know there's the whole thing that they keep trying to, we'll get you onto a CBT course, which is great because it helps me manage it, and I have no problem with that whatsoever. But as I was told by the doctor that most of my depression is chemically based, as in like there's chemicals in my head that don't quite work right. It's very hard to be able to psychobabble your way out of that one. It's all drugs with me, and unfortunately, with especially with antidepressants and all that. Is that your car down there?
It's behind yours.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the point. Is that they'll go in with a with the mindset that people are faking it. So it's
which that in itself is fine, but they should have to prove that you're faking it, not just, well, I got this feeling he's faking it, so that'll do me.
Well,
and I'll make the evidence fit.
Don't forget, before I had to quit working, my job was being an IT manager for a company that did surveillance on people that were claiming insurance benefit fraudulently.
Yep.
So if there's someone who knows how the process goes, and it's been is that even from that perspective, when you're gathering evidence, you shouldn't be putting your opinion on it. You should be taking the evidence and leaving it for somebody else whose opinion matters, the person who makes the decision. But yeah. Well, the VA is the other thing. I mean, I've known a lot of people through my different channels who are VA guys, and some of them have had absolute nightmares trying to get through that sort of thing. Yeah, apparently, it just depends on which state you're in. I think because my friend was from Kentucky, so he had a bad time. Went to Florida, had a better time, but then apparently the person who was sharing a flat with basically just ran off with all his money. Because there's good people out there, and there's some right shits as well. You might have to break into that van. Or it might be a case of hot wiring it. Is this the house that's got nothing in it? Oh, there's a shitty TV back here. And a radio. Yeah, I really feel sorry for a lot of the guys from the VA, especially because, I mean, the one thing is, I mean, obviously, our health service is fairly socialist, and I know that in America, socialism is not a thing, because obviously with the old communism days and all that stuff, you know, it's there is a certain, I mean, when was it Obamacare, everyone liked to call it, came out, that was the first step towards a socialist healthcare program. But you know, and a lot of people say, "Oh, it's free healthcare." It's not free healthcare, and that's the important point: is that you still pay what we call, what is it now? What's it called again? You pay a fee as part of your tax that you pay that goes towards it. Your national insurance, that's what it's called, and that effectively pays into all the areas where people get helped. So effectively, and here's the interesting part: is that it works each time. There's no pot. You don't pay your national insurance in, and that's the money that you get back afterwards. There is that part. That's part of your pension. That's the pension part of the thing. But the part that goes towards like the National Health Service, it's actually just that year for that gets sent to the National Health Service. You are paying for other people to use the service, so to speak. But also, if you need the service, other people are usually paying for you to get that service as well. So if you're someone who's, say, receiving benefits, then you get your national insurance paid for you by the government. So you're kind of getting a free ride. But if you're earning money, then you're paying your national insurance to cover that sort of thing.
I've got keys for the ambulance, by the way.
Oh, you found them, have you?
Yes, they were on the drive.
Oh, right, okay. So it's just a question of maybe changing the tyre. And does it have power? Does it have
It has
gas?
batteries, it just needs gas. And I'm not sure about the tyre.
Yeah, because it's got a tyre out there, so it could just be that it needs the tyre changing. But I think you need mechanics 1 at least to change a tyre. I could be wrong. Have I got my mechanics? Do have my mechanics, so can have a look.
According to this, it's got one tyre at 37%, but all tyres are present.
Oh, right, this tyre's broken, so it looks like the tyre's been changed.
Yeah, I think the story is the tyre was changed, but before they could get out of here.
Yeah. Okay, so we just need to get some fuel into this thing.
Oh, you've disappeared again.
Have I?
Yeah.
I'm standing right beside you.
Yeah. Not on my screen, you're not.
All right. How did we solve this last time?
It's next time we're on, it'll be fine. Type circumstance. The key's on the floor there. If you want to look at anything.
I'm fine. I'm fine about that, mate. Probably best thing to do is put the key in the glove box. If I come back to it, then maybe I'll do that. But it might just be the fact that 2 of us have got to go and fetch it once we've got some fuel. Maybe
there is a load of fuel cans, by the way, in my truck.
Yeah, and as mentioned, we may be able to grab some fuel from some of the wrecks. Some of the wrecks might have fuel in them. So let me just have a quick look at this. The only issue, well, I suppose it could be the fact that you might have to tow the car with the ambulance. So let me...
To be honest, for now, I'd just transfer the gear into the ambulance, surely.
Well, if you're going to do that, then you might as well take the fuel out of the station wagon that you've got there. Because we know the station wagon's at least got...
I can see you again, so it must have sorted itself out when you were not on the same grid as me.
Probably.
Either that, or I just take this back and then we pick the ambulance up next time.
That's kind of what I was thinking, because we can get some fuel from our place there, and then we'll just drive back at some point.
This car is literally like jam packed with food.
Right. Well, we'll need to get it into the fridges then. Oh, well, let's see how well this. This trailer holds up. We're 1 or 2 cars away from having a used car lot. Yep, that's true. It does seem to be a bit of a hoarding situation when it comes to cars. Not sure why. Unfortunately, we don't have other people on the server, because I think that generally tends to become a problem that I've noticed, is that, you know, if you get a group of people working together, everyone's picking up their cars. No matter how hard you try, you can't get out of that single player mentality, especially if you still play single player as well as multiplayer. Just hard to get out of the mentality, and so you do end up being a little bit of a hoarder.
The black car and the white car had a race.
All he wants to do is stuff his face. Something leaves him found to prickly trees, but Bluey went and took the Milky Way. I think I remember seeing a meme once, you know, where someone said, "Yeah, I'm going to take this broken handle because it may come in useful sometime." That's kind of like the Project Zomboid mentality. Yeah, just take it. It might be useful later on down the line. And
the amount of time I've spent in this game literally just filling up chests. Building storage boxes on top of storage boxes.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to be doing that at some point, because I mean, I have the ability to make them, so it might just be an idea that we start getting some storage boxes put down. Not a bad thing, just funny opposite. Well, yeah.
What you guys want to see one of these days is Saz doing his emergency vehicle flamethrower trick. The how to get rid of a horde of zombies.
Oh, that one. Well, they've to be fair, that doesn't work as well as it used to, because the developers didn't want that to be a thing. So now, if you've got like an emergency vehicle, your light bar has a thing on it, so the zombies will actually damage the light bar.
Oh,
to stop you from exploiting that.
Because that used to be so fun. Just ring the dinner bell, and just once they all arrive, bye bye.
Well, you can still do it, but the problem is you have to kind of be a little bit live. You have to kind of run around or walk around and just let them follow you, sort of thing. It helps if you're a fit character as well.
Yeah. You got to do a bit of herding work first, basically.
Yeah, you fire them off and kite them around and make as much noise as you possibly can. And effectively they'll just follow you around the whole place, and then more will join and more will join and more will join each time. Well, I have to say, I think that trailer may not be a problem. I think they may have fixed the problem with the trailers coming off. So that's good. Just need it for the cast to block it in. Maybe. Right. Unfortunately, I still haven't found the item that I've added in there. I'll tell you what it is. It's basically a go-kart. It's like a sand buggy, dune buggy sort of thing. Right, well, I've got medical shit to get to tomorrow, so I'm probably going to leave it there for tonight, guys. So I just want to say, for those watching as a VOD, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you like, press the like button. If you dislike what you dislike, press the dislike button. But please pop something down in the comment section to let me know how I can improve my content for you. If you like what you see, want to press that subscribe button. If you super duper like it, want to press that bell icon so you get updated every time I upload new content to YouTube. Thanks to everybody who's been on the thing. I've noticed that we've had a flux of viewers in and out, so to speak. But thanks for all the guys who've talked. Duck and Michael and come on you. There we go. Damocles, Dietrich. Thanks for hanging with us and talking. Always enjoy conversation while we're playing. And we'll see you next time. So take care, and hope you enjoy the next episode of the come on, brain. So this is what I'm talking about. Of the Project Zomboid Snakes mod that'll be out tomorrow. Friday I'll be painting miniatures. So if you're interested in that sort of thing and just want to have a chat with me, then that's what I'll be doing Friday night. And we'll be back here next week for some more Zomboid. So see you soon, guys. Good night.
Bye now.